That's what I look for all the time. When a quarterback throws a touchdown pass, I actually watch to see who he goes and celebrates with. Then a quarterback doing his 6-shooter guns and pointing up in the crowd and doing all that other bullshit that's very self-promotional, but it's not about winning.
There's always been a culture of celebrating touchdowns in the NFL, and quarterbacks have been doing it since the sport began. But now, one quarterback, considered by many the greatest of all time, has stirred up serious controversy. Tom Brady, a true legend of the game, dropped bold comments that shocked fans. He argued that these flashy celebrations are pointless, even calling them garbage, and went further to say it's wrong to set that kind of example, claiming players should be focused on celebrating with teammates instead.
Because what did I do? I looked for my offensive lineman every time. I went down and celebrated in the end zone with my teammates every time. I wanted everyone to feel like they were part of the success.
Tom Brady began by saying that back when he was the quarterback, he always made sure to celebrate with his linemen and teammates, making sure everyone shared the success. He claimed this was his way, pushing teamwork over individual glory, and insisted this should be the standard. While his talk about inclusivity sounded respectable, the tone shifted fast when he started attacking the showboaters of the league. Brady got sharper with his criticism, directly calling out players who live for solo celebrations after touchdowns. That's when the controversy really started to heat up.
We're all running to the end zone and we're celebrating as a team, because I think that's way more intimidating.
Then Tom Brady went all in, openly criticizing Shedeur Sanders and other black quarterbacks, suggesting that their flashy, individualistic celebrations, especially the gun-firing gestures, were nothing more than self-branding stunts. He indirectly pointed at players like Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders, insisting that this kind of self-promotion did nothing for the team. Brady argued that while it might boost a player's personal spotlight, it damaged the idea of true team unity. What made his comments sting even more was the way he said them. There was a cold, almost mocking edge, showing he wasn't just disagreeing with their celebrations, but flat out dismissing them. The backlash was instant, with many accusing Brady of taking a veiled shot at black quarterbacks, who have long used celebrations as a way to show personality and connect with fans.
Then a quarterback doing his 6-shooter guns and pointing up in the crowd and doing all that other bullshit that's very self-promotional, but it's not about winning.
Tom Brady's comments, while framed as being about touchdown celebrations, ended up striking a much deeper nerve, the persistent issue of racism in the NFL. His criticism of black quarterbacks like Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson, especially when aimed at their individual celebrations, echoed a long-standing pattern of holding black athletes to different standards. Throughout sports history, black players have been singled out for showing personality, whether through their celebrations, their style, or simply the way they carry themselves, facing a level of scrutiny their white counterparts rarely deal with. For instance, players like Colin Kaepernick were demonized for protesting racial injustice during the national anthem, while white players who made similar gestures often faced far less backlash. The same double standard shows up with quarterbacks, where black QBs like Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders get attacked for their playing style and celebrations, while white counterparts like Brady are praised as leaders without nearly the same scrutiny. This goes beyond football. It highlights the racial dynamics that still shape how black athletes are judged and treated in the spotlight. Brady's comments fall right in line with a pattern where black athletes are pressured to fit a certain mold, one that often strips away their individuality and self-expression. This turned black quarterback celebrations into more than just moments of joy. They became flashpoints in a bigger racial debate. While these points are very real, the truth is Tom Brady should have stayed quiet. By speaking out the way he did, he not only disrespected an entire new generation of NFL talent, but also cast doubt on his own values and the legacy he built. His remarks, especially the racial undertones, have sparked huge backlash, not only from the players he singled out, but also from fans, analysts, and even fellow athletes. What Brady failed to realize is that his massive platform comes with responsibility, and by using it to attack the personal expressions of black quarterbacks, he fed into a long-standing pattern of racial inequality in football. His argument about valuing teamwork over individualism quickly fell apart because of how he framed it: dismissive, condescending, and racially charged in the eyes of many. Brady has always been praised for his leadership on the field, but now he's under fire off it, with people questioning whether his mindset truly matches the diversity and inclusivity the NFL claims to be pushing forward. The backlash is a clear reminder that even the most celebrated figures in sports aren't above accountability, especially when their words fuel harmful stereotypes and deepen cultural divides. In the end, Tom Brady's remarks about NFL touchdown celebrations unleashed a controversy far bigger than football itself. What may have started as his push to highlight teamwork over individual celebrations quickly spiraled into something else: His comments took a darker turn, raising troubling questions about bias, respect, and the double standards still alive in the league. When he went after black quarterbacks like Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson, suggesting their celebrations were nothing more than self-promotion, Brady stumbled into a much bigger issue: race and the ongoing fight for equality in sports. The backlash hit fast and hard, with many questioning whether he truly understands today's NFL culture and the way race shapes how athletes are judged. His remarks, even if not meant as a direct racial attack, have effectively placed him on the opposite side of the very players he once praised and respected. The whole situation shows that even for a legend like Brady, words carry real weight. They can either push the game forward or drag it back into old, damaging stereotypes. Now, instead of being celebrated for his perspective, Brady is stuck defending himself while being called out for fueling the very cycle of racial inequality the NFL claims it wants to break. This controversy makes one thing clear: progress in sports is tied directly to progress in society, and nobody, no matter how iconic, can escape the fallout of what they say. So the real question is, did Tom Brady cross the line with his comments? That's the real heart of the debate. On the surface, Brady's critique could be brushed off as just his personal opinion about sportsmanship, but the moment he singled out black quarterbacks, it exposed deeper cracks in the NFL's culture around race and self-expression. Why should Shedeur Sanders, Deshaun Watson, or any black QB be judged more harshly for celebrating than a white counterpart who does the same? If the league is truly about equality, then all players should be free to show their joy and personality without being boxed into stereotypes. Was Brady's critique just his opinion, or did it expose deeper racial issues in the NFL? Share your thoughts below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.